Right, my name is Bill McDonagh, and I'm here to teach you how to install a literary faucet. You're probably going to need a spanner or two, a torch, plumber's putty, WD-40 if the sink you're taking out's old, alcohol to clean supply lines, and a faucet. You might also bring along a bowl or something to catch excess water. It's bound to happen in a job like this. There's always water. First thing you want to do is make sure that the water's turned off to the sink, otherwise things can go downhill rather suddenly. Turn both the hot and the cold water stops to the right by hand. If you use a tool, you can over-tighten them. If you're the first plumber to be here for 30 years and the blighters have been stubborn and don't want to turn, you might use some of that WD-40. Then check to make sure that the water's turned off. Next, you want to remove the supply lines from the stops. Twist them anti-clockwise to loosen them. Don't freak out if a bit of water falls on your head. That's perfectly normal, although if you start swimming in it, that probably means something's wrong. You can also remove the supply lines from the faucet itself, particularly if you're not sure whether or not you're going to replace them. This is about as much water as you ought to get at the supply lines, although I reckon some of it missed the bowl. Here we're loosening the pop-up device from the back of the drain flange. Now, since they've invented time travel, it's become increasingly important to recognise the different kinds of connections on supply lines. There are a bunch of different ones, but the two main ones that we're going to work with today are compression and flare. Compression is what they use on most early 21st century houses. It's shallow, like this. Before the 1970s, flare was the standard. It's got a deeper looking threading, like this. If the excursion shut-off taps don't match the supply lines that you're using, you may need an adapter, like this. The little washer inside is very important. The faucet side of these lines are 1/2 inch, and the shut-off side are 3/8, American sizings. Then you're going to want to remove the actual faucet itself, and the pop-up. After cleaning the top of the counter, we're installing the new faucet with putty, even though you don't need it, never hurts, and replacing the pop-up. These little blighters are called rosettes. They're used on a bunch of modern faucets instead of bolts. Getting the order of the pop-up parts right is a bit of a logic game. It's fun if you think about it. Just look at the way the old one was before you take it apart, and then be sure to test it to make sure that it works. You can put the adapters onto the supply taps by hand and then tighten them with a wrench. So here we have the excruciating coming out of the wall, then you've got the water shut-off valve. The go bit is the adapter taking it from a flare tap to a compression supply line, and then you've got the supply line itself. And put the supply line onto the new faucet on both sides. Go to the right this time, and then you test it. Voila! Congratulations, you have installed a literary faucet. Well, Mr. Ryan, no man bails what I've previously built by Bill McDonagh. Nor a sink neither, I reckon.